I saw heaven and hell, my near-death experience. I never imagined that a single moment could change everything. It was a normal day. I was driving home after work, my mind distracted by everyday worries, bills, responsibilities, deadlines, and all the little frustrations of life. I remember glancing at my phone just for a second and then looking back at the road. I didn't see the wet patch ahead. The car skidded. Tires screamed against the asphalt. I tried to correct it, but it was too late. I felt the impact, a violent, crushing force. And then, everything went silent. My body jolted, twisted, and I felt myself being pulled out, weightless, floating above the wreckage. At first, I panicked. I could see my mangled car, the shattered glass, the twisting metal, and I saw myself, still strapped to the seatbelt. People were rushing toward me, calling my name, but the sounds were distant, muffled, like they were underwater. And then, I felt it, a warmth unlike anything I had ever known. It wasn't heat or light. It was peace, love, safety, and power all at once. A presence wrapped around me, enveloping me in a way I can only describe as God. I knew immediately that it was Him. I didn't understand at first. I wondered, is this real? Am I alive? Am I dead? But then I was shown my life, every moment, every word, every choice. I saw the small things I had forgotten, the unkind words, the selfish actions, the pride that I never admitted to myself, and I saw the moments of love I had taken for granted, the times I helped, encouraged, forgave, or simply smiled at someone who needed it. It was overwhelming. I felt the weight of my mistakes and the mercy I had been shown. I felt both sorrow and gratitude. I realized then that nothing in life is meaningless, that even the smallest act can echo far beyond what we see. Then I was lifted. I don't know how, but I knew I was being carried somewhere beyond this world. And I saw it, heaven. It was more beautiful than words can describe. Light so bright, yet soft and welcoming. Cities that glowed, rivers that sparkled like crystal, fields of color so vivid they seemed alive. The air itself shimmered with life. I saw beings of pure love, radiating joy, peace, and grace. And above it all, I felt God's presence, pure, infinite, unconditional love that filled every part of my being. The love was overwhelming, complete, eternal. I understood then what life was truly about: love, connection, and walking in God's ways. Every hurt I had felt, every pain, every disappointment seemed small compared to this perfection. I felt joy, freedom, and peace beyond anything I had imagined. But then, everything changed. I was pulled away from the light, and suddenly I was somewhere else, a place of darkness and despair. The air was heavy, suffocating, filled with a heat that burned not just the body, but the soul itself. All around me, I could see people, or what remained of them, trapped in fire. Their cries pierced my very being. It wasn't just screaming. It was the sound of souls crying in pain over and over, their anguish echoing endlessly. Every sob, every wail was a sharp knife in my heart. I could feel their suffering. It was unbearable. Each soul writhed as invisible chains held them in place, their bodies twisting in agony. The fire was alive, licking at their flesh, yet it did not destroy them. It only intensified their torment. And I saw figures, demons, dark and terrifying, moving among the souls. They prodded, tormented, whispered lies, and fed on the despair. Every moment of pain seemed to stretch into eternity, and the cries never ceased. I realized this wasn't just physical torment. It was the absence of God's love, the complete isolation from hope, joy, and peace. I saw how sin, pride, and selfishness can chain a soul forever. I saw people ignoring the truth, living only for themselves, and being cut off from love. It was a chilling emptiness, a place where hope cannot survive. The more I looked, the more I saw. Some souls clawed at the flames, some curled into themselves, and all of them were crying out in sorrow that no one could answer. I could feel it in my own chest, the unbearable weight of their suffering, the eternal regret, the agony of knowing that they had chosen to reject the love that could have saved them. And then I heard God's voice, gentle, patient, yet filled with authority. It is not your time, but live wisely. Every choice matters. Love, forgive, and walk in my ways. Eternity is real, and so is my judgment. I understood then, God does not rejoice in punishment. He desires life, love, and redemption for all. But our choices have consequences. He showed me both heaven and hell so that I could understand the weight of every decision, the importance of every moment, and the reality of eternity. Slowly, I was drawn back into my body. I woke in the hospital, tubes in my arms, pain everywhere, heart racing. I was alive, but forever changed. I cried for hours, overwhelmed by what I had witnessed. Every cell in my body felt different. I had been given a second chance, a chance to live differently, to honor God with every breath. Since that day, I live differently. I forgive more easily, love more deeply, and cherish every person and moment around me. I pray constantly, walk humbly, and try to make choices that matter, not just for today, but for eternity. I share this story not to frighten, but to awaken hearts. Heaven is real, hell is real, and God's love is beyond anything we can imagine. Life is fleeting, but eternity is forever. Every choice matters. Every word, every action, every thought has eternal consequences. If you take nothing else from my story, remember this: God sees you, He loves you, He waits for you, and He wants you to choose Him before it is too late.